Was he renowned in those days as avatar or incarnation of God? No. Some people wanted to kill him also. Right? Some of his friends could not understand him either. Right? And if, even with the real physical form, you can miss identification, understanding of that personality, how are you going to understand Krishna or Jesus today with images? You can't. Simply put, God is embodiment of love. When we say God is infinite, where will you put infinity into to make it more personal? You can't. If people with their own wisdom and understanding could not understand Lord Jesus, that He is divine, right? Even when He was there in the physical presence, many missed out, could not recognize Him. So how are you going to recognize Him with images? Words which were formed or tabulated 200, 300 years later by the scholars. Similarly, Krishna. Was he renowned in those days as avatar or incarnation of God? No. Some people wanted to kill him also. Right? Some of his friends could not understand him either. Right? And if, even with the real physical form, you can miss identification, understanding of that personality, how are you going to understand Krishna or Jesus today with images? You can't. Does that mean they are less divine? No. We can understand their qualities only when we go inside our heart. Right? If we're going to imagine that they were like this, but what purpose will it serve? Physical form really does not serve the purpose. You might as well make a statue out of it. Most people are doing it today. And that shows reverence and respect. That's good. But beyond that, if you want to go and become those qualities, then you have to adopt a different path, different understanding. You'll have to understand them as beyond physical forms. Let's say as a Catholics, if you don't believe in peace and harmony, love and compassion and kindness, then you're not a Christian. It's easy to wear a cross, easy to go to church, it's very easy. But to imbibe those qualities and inculcate those things in a true behavior, it's quite challenging. Same thing with the Islam. You may be doing 5 times a day namaz, but if that love, compassion is not there, you are inhuman. With Hindus, whatsoever you do, doesn't matter be you a Hindu or be you a Christian or a Buddhist or Islamist, you have to perform your duties as the belonging of that great religion. Imbibe those qualities and become like the one under whose name these religions are running. Experiences, I would like to say that, religions create a lot of belief system and dogmas. Nothing wrong with it. Once you have some idea of dogmas and belief system, you'll become happier once you transcend and experience those belief systems. For example, believing that God is everywhere. But to experience His presence everywhere is a different matter, and that is spirituality. Okay. Religion is all about belief. Spirituality is all about experiencing. And once you experience, your belief drops. You don't have to believe that He is everywhere. Experience is also not enough. For example, when you are being treated with great hospitality by your friends, and you spend 3 months on a very private island, you enjoy hospitality. But deep down in your heart, you would say, I wish I was also as rich and had a bigger island. Similarly, the experiences that you all go through, divine experiences, they're great. But deep down you will see, you'll have the craving, the thirst, that I wish I was also divine. So you see, you move away from mere belief to experience, and the cravings begins to become that on which I have been contemplating. And then real wisdom dawns on us. Because this becoming also becomes too heavy for us, becomes a burden. And you want to renounce it and be free from all that. Absolute freedom. What I like to call it as freedom, even from the idea of freedom. Then only you are free. Otherwise, you are caught up also with freedom. Spirituality is not at a crossroad against religion. In fact, spirituality teaches you to be a good religious person. If you understand spirituality, then you would say, if you are following Hinduism, you'll say, I should become a better Hindu. If you are following spirituality, I should become a good Buddhist or good Muslim or a good Jew. Spirituality teaches us to become better and better and better in what we are doing for the sake of love of God. But once a person has determined, and that's not a fault of a religion, it is indoctrination by the negative elements that propagate such ideas. And somehow we have to make them understand that sit quietly and see how your heart says, what your heart says. You don't have to meditate to understand what is wrong and what is right. Even a small child of 5 months old, when he drops a bottle of milk from his hands, he also does oops. So if 5-year or 5 months old child can understand that this is wrong, why not an adult? Adult also understands, but they don't want to believe. The ego is so much, and especially religions, monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Their ego is a bloated ego. You see, everyone fights over this fact that I belong to a better religion. And that is dividing factor. Hinduism today also is taking a different turn. But over last many centuries and millennia, Hinduism is all embracing. Right? In Vedas, for example, when earlier rishis, the sages, could experience the divinity in everything, to them everything became worshipable. The rivers, the skies, the stars, the trees, the animals, other human beings, everything they worship. Even a stone they would end up worshipping as divinity. Right? Today, we are copying that without experiencing the divinity in everything. And no one even tries to experience that divinity in rivers, in skies. We have lost that connect. So, even within oneself, most cannot experience divinity. And if you cannot experience that within yourself, all the external things become useless, absolutely useless. You can have the best guru in the world. Unless and until that inside chord strikes, makes music, till then you will not understand what spirituality or divinity is all about. So Hinduism has gone really, really, really wrong on a big turn. And same thing is with other religions. They pride, I am better than others. And this division kills us.